Okay, so today we're taking a deep dive into India's financial services
Right.
sector, and
Right.
yeah, you want to know like why is everyone so hyped about investing in this market right now?
Right. Yeah, it's been a lot of buzz.
Huge buzz. So we're going to try to figure that out, and we're going to be looking at
Huh?
some insights from an HSBC Financial Services Fund NFO deck.
Sounds good.
This deck is it's really packed with information about
Yeah.
like crazy growth happening in India's financial landscape. So
Yeah, and I think what's really interesting is that this growth is like super connected to like India's whole like digital revolution.
yeah,
We're seeing this massive surge in like smartphone penetration and internet users, which is
yeah,
like creating this like perfect situation for financial services to just like explode.
yeah, it's wild when you look at
Oh,
like
yeah.
the actual numbers. The source material shows that like smartphone use in India
Right.
went from like a tiny 1.4% in 2009 to a projected 81.3% by 2027.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's a huge jump.
Huge. And then on top of that, active internet users are
Yeah.
expected to like jump from 6 crores to a massive 103 crores
Yeah.
in the same like time frame.
So like basically a huge amount of potential customers are getting connected.
Exactly.
It's exciting.
Yeah. And it's not even just about like,
Right.
oh, it's convenient now.
Totally.
This is like empowering a whole generation of Indians to like
Exactly.
get access to like financial services maybe for the first time in their lives.
Yeah, it's changing the way people manage their money,
Yeah.
how they invest, how they get insurance, like everything.
For sure. And the NFO deck doesn't just like talk about this potential.
Right.
It like highlights companies that are like riding this wave
Yeah.
of growth. Like there's this one case study
Okay.
about a company that like quadrupled its revenue in just 5 years,
Wow.
which is insane.
It's huge.
So,
Yeah, and if you break down those numbers even more,
okay.
like their total ARR, AUM, which stands for Annual Recurring Revenue Assets Under Management, grew by like 28% each year for those 5 years,
Wow.
which is huge.
That's a lot.
It means the value of the assets that they're managing is like skyrocketing.
Got it.
And then on top of that, their ARR revenue, like the income they're making regularly, that grew at like 24% every year.
Wow.
So crazy growth rates, super healthy.
Yeah. Okay. So that might have sounded kind of technical,
Right.
but basically what it means is this company's managing more money and making more money like consistently,
Yeah, year after year.
which is a really good sign in a booming market.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the NFO deck has another really cool example from the insurance sector.
Okay.
One company like tripled in size in just 3 years.
Oh, that's fast.
That's incredible, even in a market that's growing as fast as India.
Yeah, for sure. And like their premium income, the money they get from policyholders,
Right.
surged by 47%.
That's a lot.
It's a ton. And their revenue, the total income they're bringing in, increased by 48%
Wow.
during like the same 3 years. So like those numbers really show you like the huge demand
Right.
and like all this untapped potential
Totally.
in India's financial services.
These companies are definitely taking advantage of the opportunity, and their success is likely to bring in even more investment
Yeah,
and even more innovation.
for sure. And now the HSBC deck also talks about this interesting trend
Okay.
that they call Bank F.
Bank F.
And basically this bank is like
Okay.
consistently doing better than the industry average
All right.
when it comes to like deposit growth.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they even have this graph in the deck that shows you like visually
Okay.
how Bank F's market share and like deposit growth are just higher
Wow.
than everyone else year after year. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what they're doing differently. Like,
Yeah.
are they offering like new and interesting products?
Yeah.
Are they just really good at getting new customers in like this new digital world?
Right.
It's a cool mystery.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of a fun little
Yeah.
like puzzle piece of this whole thing.
I like it.
So, okay, to like sum all this up from the HSBC
Yeah.
Financial Services Fund NFO deck, it's clear that like India's financial services sector
Right.
is in this like crazy growth period.
Yeah.
And it's all driven by like
Digital transformation.
digital transformation.
Right.
A ton of new consumers.
A growing consumer base.
Yeah, and like all these companies that are like
Taking advantage.
innovating and taking advantage. Yeah,
It's a really exciting space.
totally.
And, the growth is obviously impressive, but here's something to think about.
Right.
With all this change happening so fast and like all the trends that we've talked about,
Yeah.
What do you think the Indian financial landscape is going to look like in like the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah.
Will we see like completely new financial products?
Right.
Will there be certain companies that dominate, or will new companies come in and disrupt everything?
Ooh, that's a good question to think about.
It is.
And like I encourage you to like really consider those possibilities. Like
Yeah.
what companies or sectors in this whole space
Yeah.
are like really interesting to you because
Yeah.
India's financial future is like full of potential. And
Absolutely.
understanding these trends is like
It's key.
the key to like unlocking all of that.
Yeah.
So,
Exciting stuff.
yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
See you next time.
All right. See ya.